Hello, I'd like to share something very cool. I was in this thing called the Create Your Destiny course. It's about changing and manifesting your subconscious so that you can be aligned with your higher goals. And I was doing an abundance circle before that. And basically, what's happened as a result is that I am now fully sinking into like all the knowledge, all the everything of being a musician because I want to be a great musician. And a lot of that is knowing the technicals, which I'm working on, and having inspiration. And so I bought a bunch of books, which I normally wouldn't treat myself to. But part of the abundance circle was I will do something luxurious for myself. See? Maybe I'll get something for myself, or I'll treat myself to some time I wouldn't have. I'll do something nice. And that thought implanted in me, and then the result is this. I've got a bunch of books here. Okay, so this, The Life of the Beatles producer George Martin. Life of the Beatles producer George Martin. This is from the beginning of his life till the halfway of the Beatles' career, 1966. Beatles' career halfway, second half to the end of his life, right? It was his innovation, his mind, his everything, that his instinct that helped make that particular sound that the Beatles had. When Paul McCartney, when he died in 2016, Paul McCartney said that he's left an indelible impact on my soul, and if anyone was a fifth Beatle, it's George Martin. Okay, next one. Songwriting for Dummies. I took a songwriting class and I actually write songs pretty well on instinct, but I don't even know what's in here. I don't know. What is the motivation, right? Like I've listened to so many songs from the Beatles, from Zeppelin, from Nirvana, from Eminem, from all sorts of people, places, things, movie soundtracks, and these influences have subconsciously got into me to the point that through instinct things come out, right? But I don't sit there and technically study stuff. Now, knowing this stuff, reading this, will actually feed the same sort of instinctual thing, right? Okay, the bridge is talking about structure, right? Getting started with chords, okay, so there's a technical aspect here. Chemistry of collaborative songwriting. All these things, once I embody them, once I know them, they're now part of me. And they cannot become not part of me. They cannot not then feed further inspirations and so forth. So, got that. Now this. Saved by a Song. The art and healing power of songwriting. Okay? So some great Beatles songs that I've heard, Let It Be, Hey Jude, Dear Prudence, they have changed my life. They've brought me out of very deep, bad spots in my life. Now, this book, I don't know if this talks about songwriting from the standpoint of how to songwrite or techniques, or if it's just about what they can do. Songs fill the air in grocery stores, salons, airports, right? See, so it gives this larger knowledge about the essence. This now will be feeding into my essence as a songwriter. Okay? Now, here, there, and everywhere. My life recording the music of the Beatles, right? Handle a typical McCartney humor, the confrontation was over, right? Like, this guy recorded Jeff Emmerich. He recorded several of their albums over the years. And just look at this. Look at this picture. It's just classic. It's black and white. It's just beautiful. And in person, it looks even nicer than it did when I saw it on the screen. So all of these pieces of information now will be part of me. As you notice, 3 of the 6 items here are directly related to the Beatles. This is universal, and this is about healing songs. Now this is a game for the Xbox, which is about how to learn guitar. I've been learning for a year and some, and progress has been as it's been, and I can play a song now. I can play my own song, Come On Back, but there's more to do, and it's all about practice, but practicing is really hard when there's a little bass line, when it's arduous, when you don't know what you're doing. So you can do it, of course. Almost everyone has done it that way, a lot of them at least, right? But this will help. It'll help. And there's limited willpower that I have. I only can do so many things in a day. There's only so much I can focus my time on. But if this thing just guides me, you plug in your actual guitar, and it says, okay, C, D, G, A, B minor, right? I'm gonna be forced to do it well and properly. So those are some gifts of abundance. I also purchased Beatles Rock Band. I used to play Guitar Hero at parties when I was growing up back in like 07, 08. I bought Beatles Rock Band, and that was a step for me too, because Doing that, I'll be able to like actually sing to songs that are playing. It'll monitor my pitch. I'll be playing. It's like a toy guitar sort of, but like I'll be playing and seeing how the guitar notes go as it goes along. And you can also play drums. And one of my friends said, "Hey, get that. It'll help you with your rhythm." See, it like I used to be in a band, and we only played with a drummer maybe 10 times out of maybe 200 meetings, right? So even my experience with drums is limited to begin with. But being in a band is what made me have so many great songs. After the band ended, I wrote some really good songs, and it's been pretty dry for the last 8 months. So I'm excited to get back into the mode and feeling of being in a band. That's just by playing Beatles Rock Band. Sitting there, standing there, playing this, I look at all the lonely people, and seeing, is that matching? And I hear the whole thing, and it'll anchor the idea in me of, as well, of like, hey, in this moment, I am the Beatles. This is a fictional scenario, but it is anchoring a memory in my mind. It is anchoring an experience of singing, playing. Apparently, there are crowds in the game that cheer for you, right? You go from being in the Cavern Club, the small place they practiced in, to being out in like Shea Stadium and all this huge stadium in New York. So I'm this work has these steps are steps into the universe. These are things that I've known I could have done a while ago, but I didn't. And it's because of the abundant circle I did. It's because of the Create Your Destiny course. It's because of these that my subconscious is shifting and seeing opportunities, spending money on things that I wouldn't, spending time, being more open and willing for things that are actually going to be of benefit to me. So I'm so excited. I just got all this stuff today, and I can't wait to get into it. And I can't wait to see what I'm able to do with all that.